Okay, this is Major Matt Mason Toy Bashing number 4, and I'm going to actually talk about the figures being toy bashed. This figure is the one you saw on my last Major Matt Mason video and the previous one, and I've just repaired the back of the head. I still need to do a little work, but this is a figure of Jeff Long that I bought, and I don't know if an animal or a kid had chewed the back of the head off, but I've still not perfect, but it looks quite a bit better. I use black liquid nails to fill that in, and I've just repainted the figure was robin egg green, and this figure is going to be and I still need to do the wires, which I keep putting off, but I'll eventually get to that. But this figure is going to be one of 4 figures that I use in an asteroid mission, which I'm going to build a space capsule and then a larger living quarters, which is going to be kind of a cylinder thing, and then NASA's new kind of asteroid explorer moon rover concept combined, where you can either have wheels or it can be a spaceship that docks with or connects with a small asteroid. So was going to do a Mars mission, was 8 figures. Decided to do this asteroid mission to start out with because the Mars mission would be to scale about as long as my house, so I can do it much smaller. Anyway, this is a figure from Star Trek, which is going to be it's going to be like, the concept is there's going to be 2 Chinese figures that are going to represent a man and wife couple on the mission, and 2 American figures, which I'm going to do as African Americans. And this is a figure from First Contact, Star Trek First Contact, Star Trek The Next Generation movie. And I'm going to combine this figure with this Major Matt Mason body. So, and I'm going to actually make the arms and legs shorter. I'm going to cut the bottom of the feet off, and it should go like this. This torso will be going on there. So that's going to be quite a conversion. And this figure originally came with this head, which is most of his nose is missing, so it's the most damaged head I have in all of my Major Matt Mason figures, which I think he was the 13th, and I'm counting the 2 Sea Devil figures that I have. So I have an orange one, the black one, and one of them's named Commander Carter. I didn't have him as a kid, so I'm not really familiar with the names. But all those figures will be utilized in some way, and then to show you on the American figures, I'm going to be using this helmet, and I have to do a lot of modifications. And this is a helmet from like, I think a 9-inch figure from Star Trek Enterprise, and so I have 2 of these for this project. You can see the back, and I've cut off the hoses because I'm trying, and they'll be painted the same color as the figures, or a close color, since I'm using enamel instead of acrylic on these helmets. But I'm going to cut off this silver part right here to get the head to sit down farther on the figure. And as you can see, these helmets have a kind of oval shape, and it's much longer, so I'm going to have to figure out how to integrate that into a backpack or something. So there's going to be a little bit of challenge on that figure. This is another Major Matt Mason figure, and you can see I don't have the visor glued on, but this is going to be the Chinese team, and this is I don't know which figure I'm going to do the sex change on, or what other figure, the female figure, I'm going to use to combine the two. But so the mission has 2 Chinese and 2 Americans, and the Mars mission will have a husband and wife team from the European Union, and then a Russian man and wife. So there'll be 8 figures on the Mars mission, and that'll be a short. Both of them will be videos. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, or how many years off I'm from this. I may get it done this year, or it may take a long time. So anyway, so this is the old. I'm going to cover up that cross there. This is an old for a life support pack. I'm using a jet pack from Major Matt Mason. I'm going to cover that up some way. I haven't decided how. The helmet's from Planet of the Apes figure from the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes movie, and this visor actually hinged on here, but I really didn't like the look, and I'm actually going to glue that on. So on my figures, none of my visors are going to lift. I really wanted to carve this down and put this flush with the helmet, because the helmet's so big, but I'm really afraid I'll make a mistake and then not have a visor. So that's one of the figures, and here's the other one, and one of these is going to go through a sex change. You see their costumes aren't red. This is an undercoat paint, and they'll be brighter red, and I hope to get the Chinese flag up here, and one of these I'll scale it down and make it a female figure and add the appropriate anatomy. And something I never liked about the Major Matt Mason figures, I think they look a little feminine, especially in the crotch area and the hip area. So I'm going to be making the male figures look more masculine. So that's just my crazy artistic thing. I love space toys. As a kid, I always wanted to get into. I always had a fantasy of having my own toy company all my life, and all my other projects have kept me from it. But I'm going to keep playing with all these Major Matt Mason toys, and hopefully I'll get some interesting videos. And I would love to do some kind of museum exhibit with a giant moon base, or even like this I'm doing with asteroid mission. So thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.